So you say that your fear of the opposition has a large impact on your anxiety prior to performing.
Yeah.
Has there ever actually been a time where the look of the opposition have caused you to do better because they haven't been as intimidating?
Yeah, for sure. As you probably know, when you go through the ages of like the teenage years, for example, people hit puberty at different ages. They advance at different times in their life.
Yeah.
Some of them have progressed dramatically and are
some look
massive,
a lot older than
some
others,
definitely
yes.
look a lot older than others.
Yeah.
And some are also on the opposite end of the spectrum and are a lot smaller and don't look as old, but
haven't had that growth spurt.
Haven't had the growth spurt, or probably just won't get the growth spurt because of whatever physical aspects of their life has deemed that.
And
so
that's completely out of their control.
Yeah,
so if you are obviously like a small player, that's not something you control, and you have to mentally, prepare yourself for those situations so that you can perform better and not let the size of the opposition really affect you that much.
Yeah, for sure. So as I was saying, the smaller oppositions obviously make it easier, I suppose.
Was that a large, did you notice as growing up that was a large aspect of, bettering your skills was actually growing up and becoming older and, getting that more strength, and even just knowing in yourself that you look older and then, mentally being able to then perform better? Did that happen?
In about probably under 12s, there was a few, probably a minority of boys that were absolutely huge, and they were well bigger than me and very intimidating boys. And then as I got to probably 15, 16, I was bigger than them.
And does it feel, really good then being able to overcome that fear almost of the opposition?
Yeah, knowing that they haven't grown since they were 13 or so. I don't know, it gives me a little bit of extra confidence knowing that I'm still growing and I'm getting bigger and more intimidating myself as much as they were when they were 12.
Yeah, no, I'm sure it would definitely build up your confidence knowing that you've grown much quickly and larger than your opposition has. Well, anyway, that's all the questions I have for you today. Thank you so much for your time and for joining me.
It's okay.
It was really interesting to hear your experiences of pre-performance nerves and anxiety and how you deal with all of this and how you've overcome it in the past, in terms of using distractions like music and stuff. I find that really interesting. So thank you for your time.
No worries.
And that's everything.
See ya.
Yeah. Are there any pre-performance rituals that you had that helped you before your performance?
Performance rituals?
Like that helped calm your nerves before a performance?
Yeah, for sure. I found that listening to music before a game often settled my nerves a bit, or talking to the coach.
So it calmed you down quite a lot before?
And talking to the coach on what he wanted to see out of me, so that gave me a real focus point for the game.
Yeah.
Like a real
directive.
You
kind of gave you a bit of a goal, and so you would speak to your coach, and then that would give you a bit of an insight on where you wanted to be in your performance.
Yeah, so with talking to him, he'd give me a point and a goal, like you said, and then I was able to visualize myself achieving that goal and how I would get there. So that sort of took my mind off the fact that it was such a big game of high importance.
Yeah.
And that,
took your mind off it a bit.
Yeah.
Right. Like, are there any? You said you like to listen to music before a game. Any songs in particular? Like any upbeat songs?
Yeah, songs that will generally have a songs that will generally have a intense beat. Rap music often
pump you up a bit before
music,
a game, get you hyped up. No, that sounds like a pretty good tactic in terms of calming your nerves. Like, can you actually describe a time where these nerves led you to doing well in a performance?
Not many moments in my career come to mind.
So mainly these nerves have a negative effect rather than a positive.
Yeah, so as a whole, nerves often will lead to a poor performance on my behalf,
mm-hmm.
but occasionally they'll sort of motivate me to do better and overcome that.
Yeah.
Especially if I feel like I'm nervous for no reason.
So you use your nerves in a way to push you to overcome the anxiety?
Sometimes, not all the time.
Yeah.
It doesn't always work that way as much as I'd love it to.
So majority of the time it has a negative effect on you, correct?
Yeah.
So well, what times would it, like how would it affect your performance poorly? What would these nerves hinder?
I think I would become so nervous to the point where I started to feel sick.
Oh, so you'd start to feel sick like before the game or during the game?
Yeah, so before the game this was all happened. As soon as the game started, it sort of
So it goes away when you start to play?
Yeah, so before the game I'd start to feel physically sick, butterflies in the stomach, just overall anxiousness about what may happen in the game, what might not happen in the game. Then you start to overthink the smallest things, which lead to errors on your behalf, and then letting the team down, which then doesn't make you feel very well. Yeah,
so you're overthinking certain aspects of the game and then ultimately not performing as you would prefer to.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. So do these pre-performance nerves affect you in a way that helps or hinders your sport competition?
Overall, hinders. I don't believe that they're very helpful at all for a lot of things, but in saying that, sometimes on the odd occasion it does actually.
Yeah, because like you said, it would push you to overcome these nerves rather than having that negative effect on you.
Yeah.
So you said you listen to music and would talk to your coach prior to a game. Is there anything else you would do prior to training or games that would get you in that mindset?
Mindset wise, I would probably prepare myself as best I can. So eating the right foods before training or a game. So then in my mind, I know that I've done all that I can to prepare myself properly. Then, as I said, listening to music really calms me down. Talking to the coach.
So making sure you're nice and healthy and eating the right foods and training correctly obviously is going to give you more confidence when performing, because you have the ability.
Yeah, I know that I've done everything that I can to perform at my best. It's just now up to my mindset and deciding whether I actually will or will not perform to the best of my ability.
So rugby league is quite a physical game. There are times where the opposition could be quite intimidating. Would that give you much anxiety?
Yeah, for sure.
The look of the opposition, is that a big impact?
Yeah, so general size is a massive thing in rugby league, so the size of an opposition can be quite daunting at times.
I could imagine, if you're running at someone that's double your size, that could be quite intimidating.
6'4" and has 20 kilos on you, and he's running straight at you. It can be a bit daunting. So,
do you do extra training to ensure that you maintain a certain weight, or?
Most of the time, not so much. If I notice that I am slipping in certain aspects of my game, whether it be defensively, offensively, physical, mentally, I try and prepare myself as best as I can. But then again, there is only so much you can do before outside. Yeah,
so you like to physically and mentally prepare yourself for these games.
As best as possible.
Yeah, and so it seems the best you mentally and physically prepare yourself, the easier it is for you to control your anxiety, yeah?
Yeah, so that just makes it, that just gives me one less thing to have to worry about, and overall, hopefully, in an ideal world,
hopefully benefit you in the future.
Benefit,
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining me today and sharing your experiences.
That's all right.
With pre-performance nerves and anxiety. It was really interesting to hear what you had to say. And I'll see you next time.
Thank you. Like ages.
Hi and welcome. Today I will be interviewing Matt Gill on his experiences with anxiety prior to performance in competition. Thanks for joining me today.
It's alright.
How are you?
I'm well, how are you?
I'm well, thank you. So drawing on your own experiences, how have nerves influenced your performance in sport?
Nerves have always played a massive role in my performance in sport. I find that I get my nerves really built up prior to a game.
Yeah.
Especially if the game is of great importance, or if it's a tough competition or something like that.
Yeah.
So they're definitely always a part of the game.
Yeah, they're always there.
Yeah.
Right.
100%.
Cool. So nerves clearly have quite a large impact on your performance.
Just keep going. We can.
I could imagine that'd be quite, hard and stressful at times to handle.
Say the question again, because you'll cut that bit out and say the question again and go.
What do you mean?
So like, when you stuff up.
I'm just going to start again. No, but say what you were saying.